GPT-5 is here, and artificial intelligence may never be the same again. Now, I know, every time a new AI model drops, someone says it changes everything. So the real question is this: is GPT-5 actually the biggest AI upgrade we've ever seen, or is this just another hype cycle? Today, we're breaking it all down. What makes GPT-5 different, how it compares to GPT 4.5 and other leading models, what it means for creators, developers, and businesses, and the big question, are we getting closer to AGI or not quite yet? Let's start with what GPT-5 actually is and why it matters. At its core, GPT-5 is the next-generation large language model designed to push artificial intelligence beyond just being a smart chatbot. This release focuses on improving reasoning accuracy, long context understanding, multimodal processing, and overall reliability. Now, remember the jump from GPT-3 to GPT-4? That felt revolutionary. Suddenly, AI could reason better, write more coherently, and handle more complex prompts. Then, GPT 4.5 came along and refined that performance. It was smoother, more stable, and more accurate. But GPT-5 is aiming for something bigger. It's trying to close the gap between chatbot and what feels like a thinking system. Not conscious, not self-aware, but significantly more capable. So what changed under the hood? First, reasoning chains are stronger. GPT-5 handles multi-step logic with fewer breakdowns. It's less likely to contradict itself halfway through a response. If you've ever had an AI confidently argue one thing, then reverse itself 3 paragraphs later, you'll appreciate this. Second, fewer hallucinations. No model is perfect, but GPT-5 is designed to be more cautious and more accurate when it doesn't know something. Third, smarter memory handling. It keeps track of context better across longer conversations and complex tasks. And finally, more consistent outputs. Complex prompts that used to require careful wording and multiple retries now tend to produce stable, structured responses on the first attempt. Let's make this real. Imagine a startup founder building a tech product. In the past, they might spend weeks drafting a business plan, hiring a developer to prototype an MVP, writing marketing copy, and crunching early financial projections. With GPT-5, that founder can draft a full business plan in hours, generate starter code for the MVP, create marketing messaging tailored to a niche audience, and even model basic financial scenarios. What used to take weeks can now take days. That's not magic, it's leverage. So that's the big picture. But what about reasoning and multimodal power specifically? This is where things get interesting. GPT-5 handles advanced reasoning more smoothly. Multi-step math problems, logical puzzles, structured decision-making frameworks. It's more consistent. It's less likely to lose track of assumptions halfway through a response. And when dealing with ambiguity, it does a better job asking clarifying questions or making reasonable interpretations. Now let's talk multimodal. AI is no longer just about text. GPT-5 integrates text, images, and structured data more fluidly. It can interpret visual inputs more accurately and cross-reference them with written context. For example, you could upload a product UI mockup and ask for design improvements. Instead of generic feedback, GPT-5 can reference specific layout elements and suggest targeted changes. This is huge for designers, engineers, and content teams. Coding improvements are another major highlight. GPT-5 writes cleaner, more optimized code. It debugs more effectively and handles larger code bases with fewer breakdowns. And it understands system-level architecture more deeply rather than just spitting out isolated code snippets. Picture this. A developer feeds GPT-5 a broken full-stack application. Instead of just pointing out syntax errors, GPT-5 identifies logic flaws, suggests performance optimizations, and even refactors messy components. Compared to GPT 4.5, there's less back-and-forth correction. That means faster iteration cycles, faster product launches, less friction. But here's the real question. How does GPT-5 compare to GPT 4.5 and other AI models? On performance benchmarks, GPT-5 shows stronger reasoning scores and better long context retention. It maintains tone and style more consistently. If you want a script that sounds like a news report versus a casual vlog, it sticks to that style more reliably. It also handles ambiguous prompts better. Instead of giving a vague answer, it's more likely to interpret intent intelligently or clarify the request. Now, in terms of intelligence versus efficiency, GPT-5 feels both smarter and smoother. Responses can be more structured and potentially faster, depending on implementation. But what about the competition? There are other frontier AI models and powerful open-source LLMs. Some are highly customizable, some are optimized for enterprise workflows. GPT-5 positions itself as a balanced powerhouse, strong reasoning, broad multimodal capability, and improved safety mechanisms. Is it clearly ahead of everything else? That depends on the use case. For general-purpose intelligence and creative reasoning, it's pushing the frontier. For specialized tasks, niche models may still shine. Let's talk about content creators for a second. Imagine a YouTuber using GPT 4.5 for scripts. The output is solid, but sometimes generic. The hooks might feel predictable. The emotional pacing might need manual refinement. Switch to GPT-5 and the story structure improves. Hooks feel sharper, transitions flow more naturally, emotional beats land better. Does it feel more human? That's the debate. It feels more coherent and intentional, but still not human, and that distinction matters. Which brings us to the big question, is GPT-5 a step toward AGI? First, what is AGI? Artificial general intelligence would mean human-level reasoning across domains, true adaptability without retraining, independent problem-solving, the ability to transfer knowledge seamlessly from one field to another. Some argue GPT-5 is a major step in that direction. It handles more autonomous tasks, it supports longer planning sequences, it behaves more like an agent that can execute workflows instead of just answering prompts. But let's slow down. At its core, GPT-5 is still a highly advanced pattern prediction system. It does not have consciousness, it does not have self-awareness, and yes, it can still make confident mistakes. That's important. The hype can make it sound like we're on the verge of digital minds waking up. We're not there yet. What we are seeing, though, is AI becoming central to business operations, education, software development, and media production. Productivity gains could be massive. At the same time, job disruption is a real conversation. We're entering an era where knowing how to work with AI may be as important as knowing how to use the internet was 20 years ago. So here are the key takeaways. GPT-5 represents a major upgrade in artificial intelligence, stronger reasoning, better multimodal integration, improved coding capabilities, more consistent outputs. It narrows the gap between assistant and autonomous system. But AGI? Not quite, at least not yet. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think GPT-5 is a true breakthrough or just the next predictable step in AI evolution? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep dives into AI and emerging tech, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and keeps you ahead of the curve.